So first, can you just give me a quick rundown of the plot?
Yes, it is about a sexually inexperienced teenager who hires an exotic dancer to help her land the guy of her dreams. And she overhears that his favorite sexual position is a certain one and tries to go from 0 to 69 in a week's notice.
That's amazing. First of all, why 69? Because I feel like that's just like has to be one of the most awkward positions.
Yeah, there's a lot of mouth that's wet. We have a lot of notes for 69.
Right, it's kind of, it feels like a little outdated, but then a little modern because it gives to both.
Yeah.
It's about both
Yeah.
receiving
And
pleasure.
it's one of those things that's really like, you're like, well, let's do it. And then you're like, and never again.
Yeah, it's a one-time thing, it
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah.
For me.
It's not
just a funny
forever.
number, though.
It is a very funny number.
It's such a funny, like, every time 69, I'm like,
Nice. Yeah.
I just was so excited when I first read the script, and I kind of was like, oh, this is a little bit of a love letter to my sister when I was working on the rewrite of it. My sister is 5 years older than me, and she was my Santa Monica. She was not a stripper, but she is very much a mentor to me, and there isn't any path that I went down that she didn't go there first. And so she was the person I went to and just asked, like, am I weird if I like this? Or when do we start having sex? Is there an age? Like, you just, there was so much to sort of question. And I feel like, especially for females, and I was one that went to a Catholic high school, and that's why we put it in a Catholic setting, there's a lot of shame around it. And I just felt like, oh, this is the time, more than any other time, to explore empowering sexualness for women. Like, I was just like, there's so many rights being taken away, and so just to be in a fun romp film where it's like you're allowing women to just be women and be sexual beings, I just thought that was so beautiful and very much needed at this time.
Yeah, and we got to draw from real life. Like, I had an older girl in high school go like, I didn't know what a penis felt like, and she was like, take your finger, put it on your eyelid, and it's like this. And then that made it in the movie.
It's in the
movie. It does
movie.
feel like a penis. So
If you haven't tried it,
if you haven't tried it,
I've been trying it all day. I can't stop.
Oh, look at that.
but like, those things you just never forget.
Tell me about learning the pole routine and like getting to wear all those fun outfits.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So basically, I was at Cannes for a movie. I was in the won a Razzie Award. I don't know if you've heard about it. And then this girl won the Best Actress named Mikey Madison. And I watched like a 2-second clip where she was like, yeah, I like studied and all this stuff. And then immediately I was like, I'm gonna study, even though this is like a very different movie. And I had my lawyer get involved, and like he did law, so I could have hair extensions and pole classes.
necessary.
Necessary.
No, they are necessary.
And then I was in LA at the time, and it turns out LA is like the capital of pole classes and stripper shoe stores. Once you see it, you can't unsee every corner is like a Hustler store. And next to the Hustler store in Pasadena is a pole class. I'm making this really long. Basically, took a class, was like, will you be my stripper coach? And then this like genius Amelia is like the hottest dancer alive.
Unbelievable.
But she could only meet at like 6:45 in the morning, so we did like really like way too early pole things. She got hired. Turns out I don't have arm strength. I'm better at whore on the floor, is what I like to call it. And maybe that's in the movie.
As Abby, physically, she's very much like just stiff. So like the juxtaposition between someone who's so comfortable and also someone who like wants to take up as little space as possible was really interesting to play with. And then like as the movie progresses, like my spine straightens a little more. It's just like a little bit, and it's just like it was really fun to be also just inspired by whatever Chloe and Santa Monica was doing, and like have that affect me and be like, wait, I want to be like that. I want to stand tall like that. And it was a really fun time. I mean, genuinely, it felt so easy to act with Matt. We just kind of clicked right off the bat, just as friends, just as buddies. We would go to the mall like every week. It's a huge mall in Syracuse.
Also, like, huge and kind of terrifying.
Kind of
You
terrifying.
can't
like,
be there
back
after
rooms.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, or else like someone's gotten stabbed there. Like it's a crazy mall, but we went
love you,
all the
Syracuse.
time. Love you, Syracuse. Shout out. But it just felt so easy. So it wasn't like something that we had to forge or build. It was just kind of there, and we played off of it and played off of each other.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing to be with an actor that kind of just like you're bouncing off of
Yeah.
each other's energy, and it was just.
Yeah, I
speak on it.
think since like our chemistry read together
Yeah.
over Zoom, like sometimes those are so weird and awkward because you're like
So
on a computer and
weird.
it's like, how do we get the chemistry? But it was so immediate, and I think also like we have so many mutual friends that like we were able to immediately connect over that.
Yeah, we're just kind of like, wait, you know who? Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
my,
yeah.
oh, my thing. And
Yeah.
it kind of shows, like, if you know other people that, okay, how do I word this? Like,
Actors under 26.
if like, mutually, though, like, I know that you're a good person because you keep good company.
Sure,
like, I love the friend that he knows. And I'm like, okay, I can trust this guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I think the bond as friends that we were able to make helped us form the chemistry like with our characters so much easier and just made the love play a lot heavier.
But love is there.
It's
The
so
love is
funny
there.
because in you guys' chemistry read together, I actually thought that Sam might have had a crush on Matt, but it just turned out that you guys.
Oh,
No. It
That's
wasn't
not
anything that Sam
true.
said. But I was just like, oh, there's like they have such good chemistry. This has to be something more than that. And that's me being like, oh, I want to watch them be together in this film. So that's a good sign. And
Yeah.
that's who you should cast is two people that have such good chemistry automatically that you are rooting for them to get together.
Totally. I love the Love Hut haunted house scene. Can you tell me about like when it went into filming that? Or?
Well,
That was a wild day.
we were in a sex shop. Things were vibrating like this. It sent into the universe a tornado. And suddenly there was a tornado warning, like Twister style.
A dilnado,
in
we're gonna
Syracuse.
call
So,
it.
what did you-
A dilnado.
A dilnado. That is so annoying, but I'm gonna Dilnado. And there we were in the sex shop in Syracuse, kind of.
Just caught in the midst of a dilnado.
A dilnado.
But yes, actually, when we
True
were shooting
story,
that, there was a tornado warning. We lost like 3 hours of shooting.
Yeah.
But we had to make everything work. So half of it is actually shot in this sex shop, and then the rest, that's sort of the haunted house fantasy sequence of it all, is shot in front of Abby's house and inside
but
Abby's
that
house.
Poor
Tunnel?
family. They don't know what we did in there.
Yeah, so we
No,
rented out
truly.
this family's house. They were like gone in Florida for the weekend. It's like nice, cute family, 2 kids.
Cute
And
house.
there's the tunnel, right? There was a ring. I saw that there was a Ring doorbell camera.
No way.
my gosh.
We have to
There's
get
a
that
Ring doorbell.
footage.
I was all like,
Yes.
there are dildos on
There are
chainsaws,
dildos everywhere.
everywhere. And I was all like, this family is all like, I wonder what package came today. Dildo.
They're
And then
in
it's the, like,
The
Destin,
guys
Florida.
in our prop department who are lovely, like I turn and they're dressed in like sex
Full
dungeon-
S&M
in
dungeon.
masks.
like happy as can be. So I was like, okay, you have a different side of yourself that I didn't know.
We got to know a lot about ourselves and each other that day. I feel,
much.
Glad you like the love.
during the dilnado.
That's funny. The whole Diamond Dolls crew was so funny. What was it like assembling that ensemble?
Oh my gosh. It was a dream come true because you go to people and you're like, well, I hope we don't have to go to 18 other people. And then they were all saying yes. And I was so grateful because what they add, I mean, it's just immeasurable. Paula Pell is one of the funniest ladies around.
Yeah.
And Nicole Byer and Liza Koshy just bring this energy to everything. They're such good improvisers. And then you throw Alex Moffat in, and he is, I did one movie with him, I did Kind of Pregnant, and I
know, it's
literally
so
had
good.
him, I was like, please, I know there's barely a word written on the page, just come out and you'll just be whatever kind of DJ you want. And he did that. He did the dang thing. So, and then we added Charlie Day on top of that. So it was an unbelievable, like 5 days we were all
Truly.
shooting
The Diamond
together.
Doll days were incredible. I mean, I've like worshipped Nicole and Liza forever. I like genuinely think they're the funniest people. They make me so happy. They're the kindest people. And then you're like sitting on Nicole's lap, and then we would just get on these like really dirty tangents. But then there was a stripper in the club named Chaos.
Yes.
Spelled Kahos. So we called her Kahos. And Kahos would be like, if I would give a speech, then Kahos would be like, damn, I really felt that. And like Kahos would like improv like Like we had like I don't
Why was that
improvising.
perfect?
started
Why was that-
improvising.
The
and
spirit of Cahoes.
It was so like best times of my life. yeah.
Truly best time of my life
Yeah.
being in that Diamond Dolls.
And Liza Koshy is, oh my God, I grew up watching her YouTube
yeah.
videos. Like, she is embedded into, like, my brain chemistry. Like, that was my entire childhood. So, like, just meeting her in person, I was just, like, shaking, convulsing.
It was also like any place you went in Syracuse, any coffee shop, suddenly like 7 like 20-year-olds would be like, "Can I hear?" Like most famous person,
most famous
in a
and
coffee
most
shop,
gracious
Liza.
famous
Truly.
person as
and
well.
most generous.
Takes
too.
pictures
She will
with
give you her
everyone.
time.
yeah,
She
and
will
can
rip your
twerk
bit.
and really get on the pole.